everyone. So we're going to start today's look with the Believe in Truth moisturizing balm, followed by the Elemis Eye Cream. I'm going to go ahead and place that over my face and rub that in. Next, I'm going to go ahead and give my face a nice generous spray with the Badescu facial spray with aloe, sage, and orange blossom. I like using that. It gives me a nice refreshed feeling and it's very hydrating. Next, I'm going to go in with my lip oil. It's just a cheap lip oil that I purchased from the hair store, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my lips for some moisturizing. Next, I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Pencil in the color medium brown. I'm going to just go ahead, shape up my brows and fill them in. And this is actually like one of my favorite brow products that I've come across. I used to use the Elf brow pencil, which was like $2. And a fellow YouTuber that I watch actually turned me on to this one. So here's what the brows look once they are filled in. And now we're just going to go ahead and clean them up. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer, and it's in the color 4.5. I don't actually think they make this concealer anymore. I caught it on a clearance at Sephora. And I'm just going to take a flat angle brush, and I just take a bit of product on the brush and go ahead and shape and clean them. And this is the concealer that I like the most. I do use the LA Girls Pro Conceal. That one just tends to sometimes give me too much product, so I've become accustomed with working with this one. So here's what the brows look once they're cleaned up. So now I'm just going to go ahead and blend them out. So to blend them, I am actually going to go in with a circular brush. It's very stiff and it actually has a hole in the center of it. So I just take the brush and blend the product around my brows and underneath my brows, more so going towards my eyelid. So once that's blended in, here's what the finished product looks like. So next we're going to go in with some eyeshadow primer, and this is eyeshadow primer I actually received in my BoxyCharm. It's the Luscious Angel Eyes eyeshadow primer in base. It's in the color nude, so I'm going to go ahead and place that on my eyelids and go ahead and blend that out. And to blend that out, I'm going to go ahead with the same brush that I blend out my concealer around my eyebrows with and just pat that into my eyes using that same brush. So next I'm going to go in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in the color Milk, and I'm going to go ahead and place that on top of the eyeshadow base that we just placed down and go ahead and blend that out. These pencils are really creamy, and I've actually had it for quite some time, and they actually do a pretty good job. I got the one that's in the jar too. It's like a white color and a pearl color. So I'm going to use that same brush once again and just blend that into my eyes as well. And the only reason why I'm going in with this is just to add a bit more pigment, as we're going to be doing a nice pink look, and I want the pinks to be as vibrant and as pigmented as possible. So next we're going to go in with the Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder in the color medium, and we're going to set that eyeshadow base in the milk pencil that we put on there, and I'm just going to take a regular beauty blender and pat that onto my eyes. It's not really going to cancel out the color of the white pencil, but it is going to help give us a smooth base to help the eyeshadows become blended easier. So for today's palette, we're going to be using the ColourPop Chasing Rainbows palette. This actually isn't a palette that I paid for. It came free when I ordered the I Love Sarah E palette. So I'm going to go in and place the tape on the outside of my eyes just to make sure that I get a nice, clean, and precise sharp edge. I'm going to do that to both my eyes, and then we're going to get started with the shadow. So the first color I'm going to go in with is going to be called Woke, and it's a very light pink color, and I'm just going to place that color into the crease of my eyes and blend that out using circular motions. And I'm taking the It's My Ray Ray and ABH Cosmetics. It's the brush, the blending brush that came with her brush collection. Alright, once I have those colors built up to my liking, I'm going to go in with this hot pink color called Manifested. I'm going to take it on a much more narrow blending brush and place that directly below the light pink we just blended out, and I'm going to build that up until it is to my liking. I'm just going to go with back and forth motions and circular motions until I get those two colors fused the way I would like them. Alright, so next I'm going to take a fluffy shadow brush and I'm going to go in with the color Keep It Cool, which is a nice mauvey, like plum-like purple. And I'm going to go ahead and blend that on the outside corner of my eye. I'm going to blend that into both the light pink and the hot pink, just to give it a bit of depth and dimension and to kind of smoke it out a bit. So again, I'm just blending that into the crease and on the outside edge of my eye, and I'm making sure to hit that tape so that when I pull the tape, the lines will be as clean as possible. Alright, so the next thing we're going to go in with is the Sephora glitter pots. I have a mini version of them that I received around Christmas time. I ordered them online, and we're going to go in with the color Pink Champagne. I'm going to go ahead and get some glitter glue, and the glitter glue today I'm going to be using is the BYS Glitter Fix Primer. What I do is I just go ahead and place a small amount on the back of my hand, and I take a flat angled brush and I'm going to dip the brush into the product and then go ahead and cut the crease with the glue. Alright, so to go ahead and get ready to apply the glitter, I'm just going to open the top, and then there's like a sifter on it, so you have to open that, and then I just shape a little bit into the top. And the brush I'm using is another clean, flat, angled brush. It's pretty narrow, and I actually just dip the brush into the product and then I pat the product on my eye. I don't brush, I don't swipe, I literally just pat it on, and then I am ensuring that the glue is tacky upon me making the product stick to the eye. It just makes it a bit easier when it comes to product placement. You don't have to worry about it sliding or blinking or moving when you blink, so it kind of makes it easier. And I always ensure that I'm looking down to make sure that the glue doesn't hit the upper part of my eye. Alright, so here's what the eyes look like once the glitter has been applied to both lids. Now I'm just going to take a blending brush and just pretty much fuse that dark purple color that we use with the glitter so it doesn't look like there's too much going on. I'm going to go in again with a little bit more of that color Keep It Cool and just put that again on the outside corners of my eye. Alright, so my liner today is going to be the LASplash Cosmetics Art Key Tech Slim Eyeliner. It's waterproof and it's in the color black. I can't remember if I received this in BoxyCharm or in my Allure Beauty box. I feel like it might have been the Allure Beauty box. So I'm just going to go ahead and place that liner on my eyelid. I'm going to go ahead and create a small wing. Nothing too dramatic, as our eyes are already dramatic with the glitter. So here's the finishing touches on my eyes. So next we're going to go in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and we're going to go ahead and blend that onto the face. I am a little bit heavy-handed with this product. I did have a pretty bad acne flare-up on my cheeks, so I wanted to kind of make sure that my skin was as smooth as possible without it looking over drying because of that flare-up. So I'm just going to go ahead and rub that into my skin really good and blend that around the perimeter of my face. So next we're going to go in with the Benefit Professional Gel Primer, and I like to focus that around my nose and in my T-zone. I don't put a lot, just places where I notice that my pores are becoming bigger as I get a little bit older. So I don't rub that in, I actually just pat that into my skin to help minimize the amount of pores that you're able to see. Alright, and so for my foundation today, I'm going to go in with the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and I am in the color MD3 Cadiz. And I actually just take a few pumps of that on the back of my hand, and I take a large face brush that I bought from Ulta, and I go ahead and blend that product into my skin. I am a little lighter than what the foundation actually is. However, once I go ahead and highlight and contour, it actually doesn't look too off. It's not noticeable. So I'll go ahead and blend that in, and I actually take a few pumps of that to make sure that my face is fully covered. Alright, and then what I tend to do is if I use a foundation with a brush, I always ensure that I go in with a beauty sponge to kind of pat the foundation into my skin. Sometimes what I notice while using a brush is, especially if it's not clean, that I tend to get streaks in my foundation. So to kind of help smooth everything into my skin, I just go ahead with a damp beauty sponge and blend this into my skin. This is just a $2 sponge from LA Colors that I purchased at Family Dollar, and it works really good. It's very bouncy, soft, and spongy. The next thing we're going to go in with is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Scope Concealer, and I have it in the color Sand, and I'm just going to use that to highlight. So I want to highlight underneath my eyes, on the tip of my nose, my forehead, my cupid's bow, as well as my chin. So for blending, I want to go in with that same damp sponge that I just used, and I actually take the flat side of the sponge and buff that product into my skin. I just do light pats, nothing too extreme. That concealer is really full coverage and it's very creamy, so I don't have to manipulate it much in order for it to work with my skin. Alright, so what I'm doing now is finding a more pointed, clean beauty sponge so I can actually ensure that I get the concealer that's underneath my eyes blended in as good as possible. The only thing that I have with that LA sponge, the only issue is the fact that it's so wide, it doesn't really get underneath the eyes good. So I have to take something that's more pointed, more precise to blend underneath my eyes. So here's what the finished product looks like once the concealer has been blended in. Alright, so for my contour, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Matchstick in the color Truffle, and I'm going to go ahead and begin contouring. Now I do contour my cheeks a little high considering I don't really have cheekbones, so this helps give my face some dimension. It lifts my cheeks and makes me appear that I have high cheekbones. So I kind of use that product, and I will also use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Bronze, but I like the Fenty one better. It's just easier to blend without looking as streaky. So I'm going to take that same damp beauty sponge and go ahead and buff that into my skin. I'm just patting it very quickly, fast dabs, and as I'm doing that, I'm also shaping my cheeks using my facial muscles to help me keep the guide as to where I would like the line to be. I use that color around the perimeter of my forehead also as like a bronzer. So this is pretty much the technique that I always use. 99% of the time I go towards my Fenty Matchstick. It's just my go-to item. Alright, so next I want to go ahead and set my face, and I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way Translucent Powder. and I'm going to go ahead and place that underneath my eyes, pretty much everywhere that I highlighted with that concealer. So underneath my eyes, my forehead, my nose, cupid's bow, as well as my chin. So the thing is, I don't actually really bake. I place the powder onto my face, and then I go ahead and just buff it into the skin. So next I'm going in with a contour brush, and that is my Ulta Baked Bronzer in the color Radiant, and I'm just going to place that exactly where I contoured, so on my cheeks and around the perimeter of my face. That helps give me a sun-kissed golden look, and I just blend that as much as possible to help keep the skin looking as smooth as possible, so it doesn't look so cakey with me using so much powder. So next I'm going back in with that Too Faced Born This Way powder, and I'm just going to carve out the bottom of my cheeks using a dry beauty blender. And then I just place that directly below where I placed that bronzer, and I don't let it stay there at all. I literally just go in, shape it, carve it, and then I just take a big fluffy blending brush and go ahead and wipe that product away. Alright, and because we have so much powder on our face, we're going to go ahead and give it a quick spray with the Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. I like to use this product in the middle of my face just to help absorb some of the powder so I don't get the cakey look, and it helps the product lay on top of each other better. And with that, I just take my hand, or I grab something, let it air dry just to speed up the process. So for my mascara today, I'm going back to the eyes, and I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It's actually my first time using this product. I received it in my Boxy Charm, and I must say that I really do like the mascara. However, it does kind of irritate my eyes. My eyes are really finicky in that way. Like, some mascaras I can use and some I can't without irritation. So typically I stick to my Maybelline Great Lash in the color Black is Black. Now I'm going to go back into the ColourPop palette with that same plum color, Keep It Cool, and I'm going to smoke out my bottom lash line. Next I'm going to go in with the color Not Playing, and I'm going to pop that in the inner corner of my eye using a very small shader brush, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that into the glitter. Alright, so I already have my eyelashes applied. They're literally nothing special, some cheap fake mink lashes that I purchased on Amazon, and I just went ahead and curled them because it's not my first, second, third, or fourth time wearing them. So I just used my eyelash curlers and curled them. Now I went ahead and wiped off my lip gloss that I placed on earlier, and I'm giving my face another quick spray using the same rose water, aloe, and herb Badescu spray. And then I'm going to go in with my Ruby Kisses lip liner that I purchased from the hair store. I believe I literally only paid like $1 for it, and it's one of the creamiest formulas that I do own. Something about me and purple lip liners, I just love them, and I purchase them every time I see them. So I'm going to fill in majority of my lips with that lip liner, blend it out. I'm not going to use any brushes. I'm literally just going to use my lips to blend that out. So I'm going to go in with the MAC Baked Blush in the color Love Thing, and I'm just going to go ahead and place that on the apples of my cheeks and blend it into the bronzer that I have. I also have this new thing where I love putting blush on my nose, and as you can see, a bit of blush actually came out. So after a bit of blending, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Becca and Malika and Chloe highlight palette, and this is a palette that I purchased from Sephora's website. This is the Malika one. They come in two packages, so one is silver and one is gold, and this one was the darker of the two options, so I did grab that. And I'm gonna go in with that light golden color and use that as a highlight. So I went into my BH Cosmetics, and it's my Ray Ray brush collection, and I grabbed the highlighting brush, and I went ahead and highlighted my skin. upon first impression, that highlighter is so pigmented and so smooth and easy to blend. I literally didn't spray my brush or anything, and you can see that the payoff was quite nice. And just because I'm extra and I really love this highlighter, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in the color Molten Gold, just for a bit more golden to go with that. Not to say that the Becca highlighter wasn't pigmented, I just really like the Maybelline one. I just feel the need to use it with everything. So I'm going in again with another quick spray, and this is actually going to be the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and I'm going to go ahead and drench my face in that. So I'm going to spray it really good, and then I'm just going to go ahead and find something to actually help to fan that out. And always just add a quick pump or two of the Mario Badescu spray, just because I don't like to use a lot of the Urban Decay because it's expensive. Alright, so for my lips today, I'm going to be using the NYX Lingerie lip color, and it is in the color Cabaret Show. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill my lips in with that. It is a nice, pretty peachy nude, so it contrasts nicely with that purple. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that in together and try to give you guys a look at the overall appearance of the look. But we're not quite done yet. So we're going to go in with the LA Color Strobing Powder, and it's an illuminating powder, and I have the color Champagne, and I'm going to take this on a fluffy angled brush, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight underneath my brow bone. Alright, so here's the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to stay tuned and take a look at the next videos. Have a good one.